Hello everybody, and welcome back to World of Warship Blitz, this time in the Tier 7 American destroyer, the Mahan. Now this is a ship that I have had in my port for some time as just a stock, haven't spent any blueprints on it, but I got a request for a US destroyer video. I did the Sims, but I thought I'd better do a stock line. This is the only United States destroyer I've got. I sold my Farragut because I really struggled to get to the Mahan, treating it like a torpedo boat. But since I'd been playing the US destroyers, and now I'd learned about the Russian line. So today I decided that I would give it a shot. I used all the blueprints to bring it up to elite status. I haven't selected the elite status. I haven't selected any equipment because I normally play them a couple of times to see what they're good at. So here we go, a Mahan treated like a Russian destroyer. So I've loaded AP because I'm assuming I'm going to be fighting destroyers. A couple of Mahan come into the cap, and basically I fire off a couple of brace of torpedoes in their general direction to chase them out. Now I'm keeping the turn going. I've turned in towards them, and the reason for that is to normally, if you're going to get torpedoed, you basically want to run bow through them so that you can take minimum damage. But as it turns out, it also makes a moving target, and what it did is it meant that I grabbed the cap. The last one's getting chased out now. Send him on his way. The cap's converting. But what's also happening is that I'm getting slammed by that Atlanta. So I disappear out of the cap. I raise my smoke screen to try and protect myself. But meanwhile, one of my allies turns the cap around, so the ship isn't quite as manoeuvrable as I'd hoped. Or maybe, yeah. So potentially I would have benefited from turning, so I'll put that one away, and maybe I'll consider that when I upgrade it. If I can survive a battle, if I can do a few battles and I don't struggle with anything, then I'm definitely sticking the concealment on it, because I'm finding concealment for cruisers and concealment for destroyers is a very good choice. So we fire some torpedoes, not on the grounds that we're going to hit anything, but just to stop anything from trying to come into the cap. There's a real battle going on. Also, there's a big pile of battleships out there, or a big pile of ships out there. So chucking some torpedoes into that maelstrom is just good practice. And now we go full on into Russian destroyer mode, where I am targeting New Mexico with HE. I don't actually light any fires in this game, so I'm going to have to look up what the fire chance is. But anyway, we keep the pressure on. Some torpedoes fired, and as you can see, keep your nose angled a little bit towards where you know the destroyers are, and the torpedoes become a lot easier to deal with. I've only got one lot of torpedoes, and I let them go. My smoke's still cooling down, 22 seconds. So basically head away and get out of there. Now that Nürnberg looks like he's had a bit of a rough game, and he should really be heading the other direction. I can't stress this enough. If you're that low on health that you're on your final pips, get out of there, because you're just points for the enemy team. Seriously, you may be able to heal yourself up and head back into the fray later, and you're far more useful that way. Right, more long-range gunnery. So close with this Mahan, but someone else takes him, but that's okay. I've still got some points, 26,000 damage, pretty happy about that. So far I'm liking the US destroyers a lot more than I used to, and yeah, their gunnery's not too bad. They have a bit of an arc, but still, you know, I learned to shoot in New York, so having a high arc isn't really a problem. So this is the guy that was shooting at me before, so I popped some smoke, and well, that cone's running pretty steadily, so time to give him some torpedoes. He's presumably firing through his U-port. I shoot HE at him, which should probably wake him up with something going on. But anyway, he must have decelerated a little bit, because we only got, well, we hit it with all 8 torpedoes. No, we fire some shots in there, and the timing just means that we get the kill. Which is, well, I put 8 torpedoes into him, so, you know, I sort of feel like I deserve it. There's a Minx behind me, so he's obviously been waiting for that battleship to be dealt with, and Something's in B cap, because B cap is starting to be turned to the enemy. There'll be a destroyer, there he is. We give him some shots. It's a sort of cross-firing, sort of heading away situation. And there's a Colorado, so I get clear of this this Minsk because I don't want him absorbing all my torpedoes. I won't get any damage that way. That's pretty clear. A couple of shots. Now that I know what that Colorado's trying to do. He's in a slow battleship. They've got the cap. They need the points. He's rushing in there to hold it. But what that means is that he's doing exactly the wrong thing, which is going in a straight line. And we go back to see how we're doing. The Minsk has got long enough to launch, close enough to launch his torpedoes. And it's all on. So I hit him with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and take the kill, which I'm pretty happy with. 10 seconds left in the game. There's not much I can do about this guy. But all in all, 70,000 damage, 20 torpedo hits, 55 main battery hits, a battle star. Using a United States destroyer like a Russian destroyer seems to be the way to go. It's a gunboat, so yeah, that's the way you do it. Only took me months to find out. So let's go and have a look at the scores. So got the battle star, 2 ships sunk for 70,000 damage, 1 capture point, 20 torpedoes, 55 main battery hits, all in all 56,000 worth of torpedo damage. So the Mahan's, actually, my respect for the Mahan has gone up. And having a look through, yep, our Shanhor seems to have struggled. He must have got torpedoed early. But there it is, stock, no equipment. So I'll start buying equipment after a few games. And interestingly, even the elite bonus, those are both excellent elite bonuses. It'll be hard to choose between them, so I'll let a few battles go under my belt before I make that choice. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.